about art and other symbols that tend to glorify the Confederacy. And when I hear the night they drove old Dixie down now, I find myself asking myself where that fits into that discussion, a song I happen to love.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know what your thoughts are about that.
Yeah, interesting question. Back to this thing, when I went from Canada down to the Mississippi Delta, it was bam. I didn't understand the depth of this. I didn't understand that you would go to the restroom and one said colored and one said white. I thought, I kind of heard about that. Drinking fountains. What? It was crazy. But for me, a lot of the people playing my favorite music, were African Americans, and I just adored what they could do, and I adored them. And whenever I had the opportunity to meet Bo Diddley, he was fantastic guy, and so cool that I just embraced all this. Now, while I was there, one day, Levon took me over to meet his parents in this house that they lived in that was like, wow. It was on stilts because in this area, it can rain a lot, and you have to get around by boat from your house, and that can happen. So anyway, but one day I was there, and his father, who was an incredible character, Jasper Diamond was his name, and we were talking about stuff, and he was talking about his growing up and being a cotton farmer and all of this thing, and telling me about this, and then it came up, that after the Civil War and everything, they had to, change, and they had to accommodate these kind of things. And he said to me, but he called me Robin. He said, but Robin, I'll tell you right now, the South is going to rise again. And I got chills through me.
I got those relatives too. Yeah.
And so years later, I'm sitting down at the piano writing a song, and something creeped out of me, and it was a story. And I was writing a movie again,
Yes.
right? And I was writing a movie about a Southern family that lost in the war, in the Civil War, and from their side, but the story of that family. And I don't know, I was trying to write a song that I thought Levon could sing better than anybody in the world. And that's all it was. That's what it meant to me. This little movie, a perfect thing for him. And I knew that this group, I knew their instruments, their voices better than anyone. And I thought, nobody's doing this. Nobody's entering this area of music. And I wasn't thinking about it just to be different. I was just thinking about our own thing. We just do our own thing.